Welcome back. I know I haven't posted in a while. I've been, I've been, I quit Starbucks, got a new job, and then immediately got paralyzed. JK, haha, not really. So picture this. We're just gonna jump into it. Picture this. I'm in the living room, I'm on my couch, I'm laying down, right? Taking a nap, 2 hour nap. Woke up, 10 minutes pass, when all of a sudden, I have the most painful freaking feeling on my hips. My right hip. Nope, left hip. And it's like, it hurts. Yeah, it hurts. Minding my business, trying to get up. Can't get up. I can't get up. And it slowly gets worse and worse and worse. And then my mom calls me, and I'm like crying on the phone to her. Oh my mommy, me duele. Right, whatever. And she's like, ay, mija, like, llámale a la ambulancia. Okay, so here I go calling the freaking ambulance. I freaking text my upstairs neighbor. I'm like, yo, can you open the door for the paramedics if you're home? I kind of can't feel my legs because the pain was so intense. It like traveled down to both of my legs and they became numb. Like I wasn't paralyzed because I could feel the tingliness in my legs. Um but I couldn't move them. I couldn't feel my legs, like I couldn't move them. And like when they would touch my leg, I wouldn't feel it. Like if they pinched me or like hit me, I'd kind of feel it, like a burning, tingly sensation. So it's like okay, my cricket fingers. I could still feel it, but I couldn't move, right? And the pain was so freaking intense, dude. Never felt anything like it. JK. I have. But so the paramedics are trying to bust down my freaking door because they can't open the door to the living room. And I'm like, guys, please, my roommate's about to be here. Like, just it's okay. But obviously they're trying to just get in, right? Whatever. So my roommate gets home just before they fucking try and bust down that door. And so he unlocks the door and he's like the first person I see. He walks in. Like, yeah, I felt like relief, but also like I was so embarrassed because I'm like, bro, I'm like bawling my eyes out. I'm in so much pain. I'm right. Is that the right word? Writhing in pain? Whatever. And I'm like shaking. I'm not cold, but it's like the adrenaline, the shock, whatever, right? Like I'm like, ugh. And so they're like, "Can you stand up?" Oh, and the fucking paramedics came in, like seven tall ass grown ass men, and I'm like, "No, okay, we're gonna help you." Okay, so they grab me and then they like sit me or lay me down on that like fucking stretcher thingy, and they're like moving my legs, and when they like let go of my legs, it's just like blah, because they can't feel them. So I'm in the freaking ambulance, and the guy, the guy in there, bless him, he was like, "Oh, like we're gonna get you some help, whatever, whatever. Like, what are you feeling? What happened?" Um, and then I told him that I had had a spinal fusion surgery, right? Because I had severe scoliosis. In case some of y'all didn't know. But so yeah, so it was like a delicate thing because I had had spinal fusion, and then obviously I'm feeling pain, and my fucking legs went numb. Um, And so he was trying to like I guess like comfort me or like distract me kind of from like the pain or whatever. And he started talking about like, oh, like I have pain here and I go to physical therapy, la 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 la. He asked me like what I do for work. And I'm like, uh Starbucks. I used to. Now I work somewhere else. And he's like, really? Which Starbucks? Because I go to Starbucks every day. And then he told me what Starbucks, and I was like, oh, I used to work there. I probably made your drink once or twice. He's like, yeah, probably. As I'm freaking in pain. Talk about Starbucks. Like, that's the last thing I want to think about, bro. I left it behind me for a reason, right? But he was a nice guy. Older gentleman. He was nice. He's like, we're gonna get you to the hospital. They don't have a bed for you though, so they're gonna put you on a wheelchair. And I was like, boy, I don't give as long as I get somewhere and they fucking help me, cause mama is suffering. Like I'm not like you'll never know if I'm in pain. Well, you will, because I like to complain. But like, I'm good with pain, you know? And my parents know that. So when my mom was on the phone with me and she heard me fucking scream in pain, she was like, she's like, no, Mija, you have to call the ambulance because you're not up. So I know this is intense, so you gotta go. I was like, yeah, I know. They're already on their way. Um, and so I get to the doctor or the hospital, the ER, and the lady, the receptionist is being mean to me. She's like, where did they get you from? What city? What, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, huh? Bro, I can't even sit straight. I'm like this because like my hips hurt. If I sit down, it's like too much pressure. I'm like, I don't know. Where do you live? Have you been here before? I have been here. Hello? Right? I'm not thinking straight. And she's getting mad at me. And she's like, and then the dude that dropped me off, he passes by and she's like, hey, what? He's like, oh, Chicago. And I was like, oh, that's what she was asking. Like a dumbass. And she was mad. And I was like, bro, I'm in pain. I'm sorry. I thought I pain. I know thinky because brain only signaling pain. Don't be mean to me. And then so I couldn't feel my legs, right? And like an hour and a half passes. They don't have a room for me or a bed. And they're gonna do like x-rays on me, but first they have to fucking take piss from me so that they can see if I'm pregnant or not. Like, boy, I'm not pregnant. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, just get on with it, please. And then I piss or whatever, and I'm like still crying and suffering and shaking like a fucking chihuahua. And I'm waiting by the door to give him my piss, and I look down and I see a Spider-Man sticker, and I'm like Spider-Man, you're always there when I need you. Whatever, right? It's just like little things that I remember that have like whatever. And then so I give him my piss. They run the test or whatever to see if I'm pregnant, and then I'm like waiting again in the fucking emergency waiting room, whatever. And I see a spider crawling on the fucking wall, and I'm like, we meet again, spider. Not a Spider-Man, but a spider. And I believe in the hibby jibby wumbo jumbo magic blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, this is a sign, comfort me, like it'll be okay, whatever. um, and then I start feeling my legs. I start feeling my patas. And so I'm like moving my toes. And I'm like, Ma, it's like, I can move my toes. And she's like, ay, mija. Oh, qué bueno. And then I go to the bathroom again because I got pee. And I can get up and I can move. So I'm moving my legs, whatever. And then my parents started lore dropping my lore to some random ass lady they met in the emergency room. Um, And she was like, oh, I'm so glad you can move your legs now. Like, la la la, being nice. And I'm like, thank you, lady. I don't know you, but thank you. I hope you also feel better, or whoever you're here with feels better. You know? Meh. Um, so yeah, that happened. And then they take me to get the x ray done. And so at this point, I can stand and walk, right? In pain, but I can do it. So the lady's like, okay, I need you to sit down here. We're gonna take like an x ray of like your pelvic, whatever area. And so I get up and I'm like laying down. And she tells me to move to the side. So I go on my side and I'm in pain. I start crying because it's like I'm moving the muscle, the bones and everything from the area that hurts, and I have to stand still in that position. Like that's like it's kind of like stretching it. And so I'm like crying and writhing in pain. She's like, I know it hurts and I'm so sorry, but I need you to stay still. Don't breathe, okay? It'll be quick. And I was like, trying not to fucking breathe, standing still in pain. I'm like, she gave me a pillow and I'm like pinching grabbing, holding onto the pillow really hard. I'm like, she's like, okay, breathe. And I was like, right, pain. She did that like four. We had to do that 4 different times, right? So she could get the X-rays. Results come back. Everything's good. My spinal fusion's not messed up. None of the titanium that I have is messed up or anything like that. Um, so they were like, oh, you probably pinched like a nerve or something. And I'm like, probably. You guys are gonna just let me out on a probably? You're just gonna give me medicine, pain medicine, and muscle relaxers and send me home on my merry way? You're not gonna do anything else? Like, y'all hate me? Like, y'all hate me? And I get it because it was really busy. The emergency room was always fucking busy. So They didn't have a bed for me, and now that they did, they were trying to get rid of me so that they could give the bed to somebody else. Understandable. I get that. But they weren't very thorough. And so they were like, you can go back to work the day after. So one rest day. And I was like, okay. Wasn't enough because I still felt like shit. And so I went to the clinic because my job called me, my new job, and they were like, hey, like if you have any restrictions, we need the doctors to know before you come in so that we can accommodate you, whatever, whatever. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can go to the clinic right now. Whatever, right? I called, they said that they're taking walk-ins, so I go, they give me my restrictions, I send it to my job, and they're like, hey, unfortunately we can't accommodate those restrictions since the job does require you to do this, that. And so it would just be best if you didn't come to work until the doctor lifts those restrictions. So like, whatever. So I can't fucking work until next week. And when I saw my primary doctor, he's like, "This is worrisome. Since you have the spinal fusion surgery and blah blah blah, like it's worrisome. Like, we should do an MRI to check, like to be sure." And I was like, "Okay." And so he gave me a referral. And I called. They don't have a fucking appointment till the end of fucking April. Like, boy, I don't got until the end of April. I need my job and I need my money now. I got rent, right? So I'm like, okay, like what other locations have sooner appointments, right? She's like, oh, we have one this day, we have one this day, this time. And I'm like, okay, give me the one for Monday. So Monday I have my MRI, but a special kind of MRI that, you know, I can do because I have metal in my back, and if I do a regular MRI, I'm gonna fucking die in there. Fucking metal, whatever, magnetic. I'm gonna end up dead. So I have to do a special kind of MRI, and then on Tuesday I see my primary doctor again so that he can lift up my restrictions. So hopefully Wednesday of next week I can go back to work because I do like this new job that I have, and I just need money. And this freaking economy. Nobody wants to talk about the social economic of the world. Anyway, and then I'm home, right? Well, I drove myself back and forth, and every time I hit like a freaking pothole or a speed bump, it hurted. Um, and so yeah, that was that. And then now I'm home, and I can't sit for too long. I can't stand for too long. I can't walk for too long. That's why my bed is undone because I keep having to jump back in it, and that's why it's where is it? That's why it's all like dirty right here because I have my pills, I have a pomada, my speaker, water bottles, chargers, all that stuff, so that I could like reach for it easily. So that's why it's a mess. And then my mama calls me yesterday I think, talking about some, Mija, it's about your grandpa. And I'm like, oh my god, like what now? Like, no, please, no. And she's like, the doctor said he has max 6 months to live. And I'm like, oh, brother. Like, if it's not one thing, it's another for me. And this is just within the last, like, what, 4 days? This story I'm telling you, or whatever, doesn't include what happened to me in March. This doesn't include what happened to me in February. And this doesn't include what happened to me in January, December, November of last year. And I've had a lot happen between then and now. Like a lot. But it's more personal and secret. And I can't have it all in the internet because of my family is gonna see it. And yeah. Maybe in the future. Maybe not. I think I'm gonna take that to my grave. At least when it comes to telling my family. But if you know, you know. Don't comment any of it. Or I will find you. I know where most of y'all live that I know that know. So that's me being that one friend that always got something going on. And then my car decides to not work. Like, okay, engine light on, like, whatever. Whatever. And it always happens around Mercury retrograde. I haven't gotten it fixed. And I haven't finished unpacking. Because, by the way, I moved, right? If I haven't already mentioned that, I moved. So that's why over here I have like a to do list. Yo, mama. It's organized desk, organize shelves, get rid of boxes, organize bathroom, and cat litter. I did the last two. kind of. And then my calendar, I need to, it's still in March. I have to fix it because we're in April already. Anyway, yeah. But hopefully soon I can start posting more. I mean, I have a whole week off of work, so maybe I can shoot out some videos. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm tired of sitting here already. It's been 20 minutes. I need to get up. Also, ignore this. It's a PJ now, so whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to update y'all for the heck of it. And hopefully you guys stick around too and I actually post more freaking videos. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want to see more of my misery. Or more fun. Cause I gotta stay positive, right? Okay. Bye.